and then what are we going to see from your character?
So definitely from season 1 to now season 6, the character of Lakeisha has grown so much. And in this final season, you really see her take control and kind of come out of Tasha's shadow, and you also continue to see her relationship with Tommy grow and become a bit more dysfunctional. So it's going to be an interesting season for my character. And exciting news is that the trailer for season 6 of Power drops today, and we haven't even seen it yet. So I'm super excited to see the trailer, and I know they said we'll be premiering that today at the Superdome. So that's something I'm really excited about.
So can you talk a little bit about your role, upcoming role on 90210, and what you're going to be doing? I know you'll be Brian Austin Green's wife.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that?
Thanks so much. So yeah, I just flew in from Vancouver. That's where we're shooting 90210, and I am playing Brian Austin Green's wife. My character's name is Shay Barnes, and it's exciting because the entire original cast of 90210 is back, and myself and Vanessa Lachey were the only 2 non-original cast members, and I'm the only, ethnic African-American Hispanic cast member who's been added to the show. So I'm really proud of that, and I'm really proud to bring some diversity to the cast, and we've been really having a good time.
Can you tell us anything about what the 902? Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Can you tell us anything about what the 90210 actual characters have been doing since the show went off till now?
Yeah, so that's what's so crazy. You kind of get to see where everybody's lives are now. It's almost like if we went back to our high school reunion and we're just seeing what happened to all of our best friends since, we graduated from high school. So it's really interesting to see how all their lives have taken different, twists and turns and things like that. And that's what the entire show is about. It's almost like a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of. It's like their real life and then their acting life all in one show.
Did you watch the show growing up back in the day?
I watched the show, but I wasn't a fanatic for it. And when I booked the role, I realized what a cult following 90210 has. Like, people were calling my phone, screaming, going crazy. When I walk around, people are like losing their minds over it. So I knew it was a big show, but I don't know if I really understood how big and how excited people were to have it come back.
We're seeing it a bit with
Hi.
me with People Magazine.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
We're seeing it a bit with Holly Bailey and everything that's going on with The Little Mermaid. But did you feel any pressure, coming into a space and bringing diversity to a space that people thought was kind of, racially monolithic?
Yeah, not so much pressure. I just kind of felt like it was my duty to bring who we are to that show, and also not be afraid to speak up, whether it came to like the writing and different things like that. I know how we move, how we talk, how we think, and I wasn't gonna let anybody else be that for me or my character. And what's great about 90210 is they're so open to my thoughts and my suggestions, and I just wanted to bring us to the character, and I think I'm doing a good job of that.
Can you talk about wrapping Power? I am Cameron. And from you and 50 having a conversation to it turning into your longest body of work on that final scene, what was that like for you, in your heart? Because that was a great run.
Thank you. I cried. I definitely cried. 6 seasons on any show, cast, crew become family. And like you said, I remember 50 telling me, I'm making this show, it's gonna be the biggest show on television. And he believed in it so much. And to see how Power started from just a thought in his head to where we're at now. And I remember just telling him, all I want to do is audition. I just want to audition for it. And now to see where we're at now, and it is crazy. And it's a moment in my life, I'll never forget. And I've made lifelong friends on Power, and I hope that we just continue these relationships even outside of the show.
LaLa,
Yes.
hi, how are you doing?
Hey.
So, talking about 50, you're actually going to be working on another project
Yes.
with him. Can you talk a little bit more about that and a little bit about your character or anything?
So 50 and I both read this book. Well, I got the book first. It's called Intercepted, and it was kind of about the behind the scenes of the sports world and a lot of the things that, athletes and women go through that you don't always hear about. And I told 50, I'm like, we have to do a show about this. It's not going to be typically, what you think about athletes or, their wives or the women in their lives. So we really sat down and we brought it to Stars. They loved the idea. So we just hired our, showrunner, and we're about to get going on that. So that's really exciting. And I feel like it's obviously a world I can lend, my voice and some of my experiences to.
LaLa, jump.
Hi.
Can you tell me how you got hooked up with McDonald's and what your definition of being Black and positive?
Yeah, McDonald's called me, and I've always done amazing, work with them, and this is no different here at Essence. I think, it's just about inspiring people and really pushing people to find their passion and get past all the no's to the yes. I mean, if I just let the no stop me, I wouldn't even be here right now. And if I could be that voice to other women here at Essence and just tell them, stick with it, stick with your passion, see it all the way through, then I feel like, my time here has been a success. So I'm excited to be that for McDonald's and be hosting, their entrepreneurship panel, and I think some great things are going to come out of it.
You've been at the forefront of so many movements from MTV to now, right? And we are Black and positively golden. How do you remain positive in the face of life in general and just everything that goes on? You always smile, you're always upbeat. How do you do that?
That's because you don't see me when I'm by myself. I just feel like there's no other way to be. You can look at the glass half empty or half full. It's all about your perspective on it. And I always look at it like, my mom grew up in the Marcy Projects and had us in Brooklyn. Like, my life could have turned out way different. So there's not a lot to complain about. And I always say, when you're in this world, you don't get to pick and choose what you go through. You can't say, okay, I want all the good, but I don't want any of the bad. It doesn't work like that. So you got to be able to handle and deal with it all. And I just push through and stay positive, and I always remind myself that it could be worse. Like, I'm living my dream, and I'm really happy where I'm at in life right now.
LaLa, John Murray, it's the 25th anniversary of the Essence Festival. Do you have a favorite Essence memory, and what does Essence mean to you?
So my favorite memory was being on the cover of Essence with the cast of Think Like a Man. It was, all of us, and that was a major moment to be on the cover of a magazine that you remember seeing in your house growing up, that you always picked up and read about fashion and hair care and just what, people that looked like you were doing. And then to be on the cover, I was on the cover with Taraji and Gabrielle Union and Regina and Megan Good. It was so inspiring and empowering, and that's a cover I have framed in the house in just a moment I'll never forget.
Speaking of fashion, can you tell us more about your clothing line and everything that's going on with that?
Of course. So my clothing line is the LaLa Anthony collection, and we're in tons of stores right now, and I'm really focusing on also my plus size line, which we just got picked up in Ashley Stewart probably about a year ago, and we're doing a lot of big business with Ashley Stewart. And for me, it was just about, making fashion for all women of all sizes. I think, I wanted my clothes to look like what the world looks like, and I'm really proud of my partnership with Ashley Stewart. We're doing great things, and you can find the line in Macy's, Nordstrom, Saks, Lord & Taylor, and things like that. So I'm just going to continue to grow the business. Thank you.
Well, how you doing?
Good.
Michael Hawkins, Master of TV.
Hi, Michael.
I had a quick question for you. With so many avenues of being in the limelight, what do you want your legacy to be as far as being a Black woman in a society in an industry? My apologies, that really doesn't give you guys the limelight and the chance to create a legacy that you can.
Well, I think I would love mine to be just about giving back, and that's what's most important to me. I feel like none of us got in this position, on our own. And I talked about Ryan earlier, but Ryan was really instrumental in the beginning of my career and believing in me. And if I didn't have people like that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So that's something I'm always mindful of, and I want to give back to young kids in inner cities, and that's what my charity is all about. I just feel like that's the ultimate measure of success, is giving back and helping someone else. You can't just keep it all for yourself. So that's what I would like my legacy to be. Thing, and can be, difficult at times, but Cayenne is a great kid, and he's my priority. He trumps everything, and I'm learning a lot as a parent now of a young Black preteen, and what he's seeing in the world and what he wants to talk about, and just being really mindful of what he's taking in. Cayenne's not allowed to have Instagram. I just think at 12 years old, in my opinion, it's not appropriate. I don't think he needs to be exposed to all of that, but I also understand I can't shield him from the world, but I'm very mindful of, what's going into his eyes and ears at this age.